Okay, I'll be reviewing this match where you said you will be playing Jax against Aatrox, I think. So I will be skipping the ban phase and picking phase. Although I might want to look at the champions you guys pick. Um, yeah, I think you picked Jax for the counter pick. Am I right? I think Jax is good versus Aatrox just because Aatrox cannot fight and Jax who has the E cooldown available. So that's a good choice if you are proficient with Jax. It's good to see you go 21 in defense and 9 in offense, which is really good. Really safe way to not to die in the first gank. And as we all know, top lane is the most snowbally lanes in there. So okay, there's Lux, Wukong, Aatrox, Varus, and Zyra, which are, oh god, they have a good CC comp. And if I would play Jax against them, I would be scared to teamfight. Although Jax is a really good split pusher, so we'll look how that turns out. And although they have a really good AoE ultimates and CC overall, you two have like Lee Sin for the disengage and Brad for the damage and Graves also, and Nami. Although I think your team is weaker in team fights overall, but and
Scumbag Basmati.
yeah, I think this will be interesting match.
This is a fast Liesenstein.
And I think Brand is really risky pick overall, although that's not our concern here. It's about your Jax. Wow, this is a long loading screen. Oh, it's Aatrox jungle. I missed that completely. Okay, it's Wukong top, and I think it seemed like the Aatrox switched to jungle as soon as he saw your Jax pick, because yeah, the counter pick. I don't have any real comments about Wukong Jax. I think they are pretty even, but I think Wukong cannot split push against Jax in late, so yeah, I think I think they will just try to force team fights later in the game. Okay, what's happening in here? Where is their team? Okay, just lagging or something. So yeah, Dora Shield is a pretty solid starting item with the potions. I can agree with that. Wukong is trying to get those auto attack to Q combos out, and the shield will reduce the damage. As we can see, if you would be here, you could have counter invaded them. So yeah, faster item buying, and that was kinda dumb of them. You should never walk back like that. You should recall here with your team or something if you want to go back. And oh, you didn't get the assist. How unfortunate. But Lee Sin got the first blood, so it will grant your team a lot of map control. It usually, if the jungler gets the kills, it grants map control and dragons. So you're going for the level 2 harass, am I right? Because you're pushing. It seems so. And Wukong didn't miss anything, I think. Oh, you're going balls deep. Oh, you're losing one. Oh no, you didn't. That's a really good last hitting. So now you're really prone to ganks, and that tower hit was unnecessary. So yeah, I see you really want to go aggressive, but I think in your playstyle you should have gone like fortitude pot, because if they come to gank you now, the shield won't help you that much. But if you go fort pot and uh, regular health pots, you will be in full health when they come, and you will be more powerful in there. And if we look in Lee Sin, Lee Sin is coming to your aid, so in there you would probably get double kill, or at least one kill. So let's see what happens. And Aatrox is really good in the first fight because the passive. So, and you used your defensive cooldown right there. So oh, Lee Sin is not coming. Oh, I see you're scared of the gank. So basically you put up yourself for a gank now, because you wanted the early harass, which somewhat paid off, because you got the potion from Wukong. And pushing like this, now you see Aatrox on bot, so you can do whatever, I suppose. But generally pushing like this, it can pay off in solo queue especially. But when you climb higher in the ladder, it's like 100% of the time top lane's gonna get ganked first, just because the lane is so snowbally. If you get one good gank out of top lane, you don't have to come there ever again, and you can focus on mid lane and bot lane. And usually in top lane you don't have early wards, so it was really risky for Lee Sin to not come top, because you were pushing so much, and I was like certain that the Aatrox would come there. Hmm, interesting. But although Jax is pretty good against Aatrox and Wukong, because the dodge E spell really mitigates their damage. So I guess you're kinda safe. But you have to use your flash to get away if they come. I think Wukong is using his mana for no real return at the moment, just spamming the dash cooldown and everything. You're taking really good harass, but I think you're pushing and going back, am I right? No, oh yeah, you should have gone. You're taking the risk. at the moment you have no mana, so I think even Wukong could kill you, maybe. No, not anymore, because he took the minion damage. But there you really didn't push the wave to the tower, which means you cannot recall here. Basically, top laners usually push the lane so fast, so you need to push that wave really good. Okay, you're pushing your limits right now, and you're probably losing like shitloads of experience and gold to the tower if you go back now. You should have gone back there in the moment where you looked in the bot lane and went into the rush. You should have gone back, because now you are in a lot of trouble. Wukong is level 6. If Aatrox is in here, although Legend is pretty close, but if Aatrox is come here, they can probably dive you, because Wukong ultimate is so big of a power spike to Wukong. But knowing when to recall is, in top lane especially, is really important, because I would be so scared to stay farm this lane on the tower.
Well, I haven't played in a while either. I took like a 2-month break too.
Oh, Aatrox is in middle. You're safe. And Wukong goes back. So yeah, it's all worked out pretty well in the end.
So gold is level 5.
Man, I don't know what's going on. I'm getting these for no reason. It's really annoying.
I see the last thing under tower is pretty sloppy, but yeah, that definitely needs some more working out, more practice. And in here, if you're not going back now, you're giving Wukong the lane pretty much, because he's gonna have items and he's gonna shove this lane when he comes back. Although there's if you manage to kill these minions before Wukong comes back, it's all good. You're pushing your limits again. I was pretty surprised that Wukong didn't save the dash for your stun. I mean, after your stun, because I think he would have killed you. So we're going Trinity Force first. This means you don't have any sustain from lifesteal. Or do you have lifesteal mass runes? I can't remember. And I would love to see what items. Okay, he has Brutalizer and a lot of potions, so he's trying to kill you in the few coming minutes, I think. He's trying to harass you a lot, I think, with those potions. And you, let's look at this situation before the laning starts again. So you're going back to lane with a ward and no sustain whatsoever. So every damage you take will stick on. And let's see, Wukong has Brutalizer, 3 potions, I mean 3 healing potions and 1 mana potion. So he can pretty much bully you from this point onwards. Although if this is your situation is good if you go 1 all in and you manage to kill him. But if the laning continues as poking and farming, you're pretty underpowered in here. So yeah, this itemization is really greedy. So maybe not going full phage first, but going like the pieces, the crystal and the sword, and taking the consumables, because they are really good in sustaining you. yeah, let's watch the match then. So as I suspected, Wukong went for the poke, and you're taking a lot of minion damage. Let's hope this pays off. Oh, this goes. Okay, that was quite surprising. It was really risky to tank the whole minion wave, but I guess it paid off in the end. And as a note, if you want advice from me in future matches, you should probably give me a match where you lose the lane or the whole match, but not a stomp, or anything like that. But it's really hard to give good advice if every time I try to give something, the opponent plays badly or something. You know, just remember it's yeah, it's easier to analyze the matches you lose because the mistakes are more clear. And in this case, if you make a mistake and get a kill out of it, um, I don't know if I have, I don't know, yeah, is it like, do you learn anything from it?
Urgency level 7 having been forced B. That's ridiculous.
So Aatrox is gonna push the lane. You will lose few of the creeps. Overall, you should learn to buy faster because this is really hurting your lane presence. You sit in the shop for like 10 seconds. You're sitting even more. So try to focus on buying everything fast in every part of the game, and you should already like think in lane what you need to buy for the to win the matchup. So Brand goes really balls deep. I need to watch that again. I want to see what they did there. I think it started from here. So yeah, they're going for the blue still, I think.
He probably didn't have to be. He heals so much.
Come on. Put the shop window out of the way. So okay, the Brand is
Like 50 HP.
trying. I don't know why Brand is there, because as we all know, usually the blue buff spawns the second time either in the 720 or something or 820, because the first buff is taken in just over 2 minutes and the second maybe 3 minutes. So this play is this doesn't make any sense. So let's see what happens. Although if Brand hasn't seen the Lux have the blue buff, then he can just put 1+1 and say, okay, the blue buff is still there, and just trying to wait it out. But Lee Sin isn't even near, so he's going 2 versus 1, and taking into consideration that Wukong died just now, he's probably like running over here or here. So if he fights like here now, he's gonna have to like outplay 3 people. So yeah, Brand. And just what happened there. So
Damn it.
yeah, that was our misplay. So now you have 1 potion, and I think Wukong had like 400 or something out of the last. Yes, yeah, he has a wow. He has a crit item. That isn't the item he really needs right now, because from this point onwards you're just gonna dominate him, and you don't give a fuck. You can just outrun him, as we are doing here, and he stays for the yeah. In this point, I would probably not chase him and just push the tower, because when we think about it, Jax is a really good tower pusher, and Wukong already died like... Did he died once or twice? Okay, once. But still, the gold isn't worth because every minion wave you get like... How much you get? Like little over 100. And he's losing time and experience and everything, and there's a huge wave for you, so you probably could take this tower right here and could give your bot lane and mid lane, who's probably losing the lane right now, a little bit gold, you know. I see a lot of players say that, okay, I'm winning my lane and everything and my team is losing, so this is one way to help your team win their own lanes. Taking the tower, it gives global gold, and after you take the tower, you can push the lane once and then roam to dragon, or roam to mid, kill the mid laner, and then dragon. You know, start doing global stuff. So you're chasing Wukong, which is pretty hard to kill right now because the invisibility and the dashing. Although he has no boots, so you're losing a lot of time here. And he's going to get the execution. So this was a big misplay from you,
He's taking
I think,
for no reason.
and should consider. I mean, a lot of people are irritated by the fact that, for example, proxy laners, they go in between your towers and like disrespect you. But if you can clear the wave without taking any damage or anything, why would you go after him? You just clear the wave and or just keep farming. If he's too strong to deal with, you just farm equal amounts. You get the whole wave, he gets the whole wave. So what? And I would have just left him because Lee Sin wasn't even near here. And if Lee Sin was here, I would have just gave him the kill because I think the tower is more important than gold. And yeah, although now you're getting good turret damage, maybe even getting the tower out of it, and Aatrox bot you, so you're probably gonna get the tower anyway, but it will be more safer because I think Aatrox has completely lost interest in this lane, but yeah. If Aatrox was any closer, he could have saved this tower. And there's a huge third wave now. And you didn't even push it. Oh, you're just warding. So you didn't get the tower, I think? Yeah. So that was a misplay from you, I think. Should always consider what to do with a situation like that. Is it more important to chase or take objectives? I don't know, you could say you're in good position in the lane, but still you could have gotten more out of it.
Yeah. How the heck was he so low for?
I don't know. He was just
Yeah, and now it's really problematic to just go on the tower because Wukong has his ultimate, I think, and yeah, can actually kill you if he has Ignite. And he should probably have it because you have it too, so.
That's dumb.
I would just walk up and W him, and it would hurt him
Where's
really bad, and then I'd bubble and run away.
Come fight Aatrox.
So in here, if you had some sustain,
He just pinked it.
you should be in a better position.
Go for pink.
Just for going for the Vampire Scepter is sometimes really good. You don't have to buy anything else out of it
He's probably there now.
immediately, at least. And in here, if
Yeah, I didn't have a
yeah,
lot of-
although you have really good coverage. And in top lane, I usually the jungler comes in this side, in purple side. They come from in the red buff side, you know, in between here. Although you have ward here, but Aatrox gets behind you before you get to react to it, I think, uh, if you don't have your eyes glued to the minimap. So asking the mid laner to ward both sides of the mid lane is really important, and every self-respecting mid laner should do it every time he goes to buy items, to get 2 wards at least.
Derivative for that.
So that's a good way to see if the mid laner is maining the mid lane or just playing it for the
You fighting him?
or feeling the role or something.
So careful.
I'm coming
So
in.
basically right now
He is.
you are in good health and really powerful, so if even if Aatrox comes here you probably are good against them. And now you're gonna get the tower. Oh my, you might be dead.
You're right.
You smited at him.
Oh, that was really close.
Good job.
Can we dragon off that?
I don't know if
I
Wukong could have done anything more, but as you can see that was really risky.
Just gotta be careful because
Gotta pull it out.
So again you're losing a lot of time in the shop,
Please.
and now you're going to the Cutlass, which is really odd because your lane just ended. Yeah, maybe the Cutlass would have been better in the first place. Or I don't know about the full Cutlass, but at least the Scepter. So usually the sustain items are good in the early lane and worse in the team mid-game team fights. But by the way of your itemization, you're going for the split push, which I said in the beginning of the game they have really good team fighting potential with their abilities alone. But they are quite behind now, so. And did you get the first dragon? Nah, I don't want to check it. Probably you did because you have pink warded. I'm too focused on your playing.
He's gonna run like past me for whatever reason. Like I
I didn't know you were
trade
there.
with you. I know.
So basically you would like to
And then back off. And then
drop the ward in the blue buff rush, am I right? But
Bottom tower's gonna go down.
you are not that boss deep yet, so you should probably drop it around the Baron area. In here, yeah, probably somewhere. Because he can just come behind that from the mid
I
lane
mean, we're
left
still
side.
in lane even though they got turret.
I got ult if you wanna go in that.
Oh, actually your bot lane is losing. Lost the tower first. That's interesting. I thought they were winning.
I'm coming. I don't have boots. I'm a slow fish.
So Wukong is roaming now. Oh, they're coming for you.
Careful that.
And you notice that quite late, although with the phage movement speed
I can heal you.
and the amount of armor you have, you should probably be okay. And although Aatrox is pretty geared and
Snipe you.
in a pretty good level,
My Q just freaking hit his friend.
so Lee Sin died bottom. Okay, that was interesting. Didn't expect it. And in here, you should probably defend the tower. Because they're taking it quite fast with their ultimates and the the auto attack
Okay. What is
modifier or whatever it's called, the Wukong's Q. So yeah, if you're gonna continue the split pushing, you shouldn't give Wukong any time at your tower because it's going so fast. As you can see, you have now you have the lifesteal now to sustain the any damage you take in here, so it's really good. And I see you're really patient with the split pushing. I see usually top laners in solo queue especially, they just split push in the end of the world, and even when the team has no pressure on the map, they just are surprised every time that they get killed by 3 or maybe 4 persons, and that really boggles me if you are doing it right at the moment, because your team has no pressure in the lanes and you're not going so deep. That's really good.
Why? Yeah, I was going to bounce my ult off the plants, except it didn't bounce even though it was in range.
And what is the dragon timer?
I'm gonna take your blue before they take it.
So the dragon is gonna spawn in like 3 minutes, so there's no really reason why Brand was there.
Save it if it,
So good job clearing the wave mid,
maybe
so they probably don't get the tower when, yeah, they're gonna rotate there. Although this is a really bad fight because,
Oh god, you guys, you're crazy. Don't bash, run.
yeah, that was really bad positioning. And when you think about this fight has no meaning behind it. That's one reason solo queue games are so, I mean, lower elo solo queue games are so, like, they end like 50-50 in this ending score always. There are so many kills that have no meaning in there. Why was your team going there? The dragon isn't up in like 1 minute and a half, and I don't know. I don't know what you could do better in this situation than defend this tower, because when you think, if you can even, I don't know if you can. Although Brand is here, but let's hope Brand doesn't get caught. But overall, the mid tower is more important than the top tower, because the mid tower gives dragon control and overall map control over your own jungle much more than the top lane, which is purely. I think it's like just an gold wise object, you know. It's greedy object, the top and bot lane towers. Although bot lane tower gives dragon control, but top lane is just purely for gold. So yeah, mid lane is the most important. Also tower. So Brand should focus on here, just clearing the wave, which I don't see happening. He's going greedy and in the kills. And Brand just died, so I'm assuming he has no summoner, so he's going really deep into the enemy territory without any flash. So yeah, let's not talk about that. So I see you are going to defend the tower, which is the right thing to do, and you get a lot of farm out of it. But in the meanwhile, now Wukong can be mid lane, roaming, and Nami is warding pretty risky.
Oh no.
So taking the jungle and trying to be
I'm
efficient,
coming, buddy.
especially with Jax, is really good. You should try to be the late game monster as soon as possible. So shoving the lane, and yeah, this is the point what was I talking about. That their team comp is such that they want to team fight after a while, and just their ultimates and CC and base damage in the champions really good. Oh, Wukong going doing the blaze. So in this situation, I don't think if you can't make anything out of it, this isn't a wise idea, because the dragon is up in 6 seconds. They're gonna take the dragon, but can you stop it alone? No. You should have pushed this really fast, and if they go dragon, I think you could have taken this tower. And they're equal in gold.
Nope.
Yo, dragon is up. Where is the enemy team?
Oh, Riptide.
I thought the sole purpose of that last fight was to
Oh, you're really
secure dragon. I suppose not. Um. So yeah, they. This is a good. They could have taken mid tower. They could have taken dragon. This is the reason in lower elo games I might I might come out of an asshole by referring lower elo games, but it is really striking for me because anytime you get a kill in higher elo games, in the diamond 1, 2, 3, you always trying to look for opportunities you get out of the kill. You know, you kill the support in warding, you go get a tower, you go get a baron, you get the dragon. In this situation, they didn't get anything out of it apart from the actual kills, which aren't themselves so important. I think it doesn't bring you any closer to winning the game.
It's because Wukong's completely freaking broken.
So they're wasting time and
Thinking.
Yeah, they
giving your jacks to time to scale up.
I'll come to cover.
Aatrox, that is blue.
Aatrox is on his
block.
way.
You can take this.
So your team gets a dragon now. That's this game.
No?
Oh no, Lesin is not even there. My mistake. And Lesin died. So your team gave dragon back in there.
They're blue.
They had it for a while. I mean, this is really interesting. First, they didn't take it, so you had the chance to, after spawning, to go there and take it. And then Lee Sin went and died. And now, if the enemy team doesn't take dragon, I'm just gonna eat my shoes or something.
Free dragon out of it, though.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Correct. Yeah.
Seriously. Oh yeah, I don't have to eat my shoes. Perfect.
We need a side.
And I don't think there was any real reason to go there, because how are you gonna steal the dragon without a jungler? That was really bad call from your team. Although in here you should, again, when thinking about the role of the jacks, you should have just split pushed and took the opportunity to take towers, because being around here is no use. You cannot defend the tower alone, and you cannot. They have so much CC, you cannot go in and kill any of them, I think. And yeah, Graves should have been here, clearing the wave with you. They're really scared of your jacks, I see.
So it doesn't matter.
But they have really good control of this game right now. They're doing exactly what their team is built around doing, and your team isn't capitalizing on what are their weaknesses. Because in your role in this game is really important, I think. You should be split pushing and trying to separate them, and give your team an opportunity to make plays from that separation. Yeah, I think that's your role. And I think in solo queue a lot of top laners like to play that role. They pick Aatrox or Tryndamere or something. It does the exact same thing you are supposed to do in this game. They create pressure, and Teemo is one example, but no one plays Teemo. Myself, I like to play Shen and Rumble, these kind of like Wukong type of champions, because they have a lot of the team. You can roam for dragons. You can, especially Shen is like a funny mix between an Rumble type or Wukong type champion and split pusher, because he can stay in the lane and ultimate to the team. And that is why maybe Shen is my favorite top laner. So you're just there looking for a fight. Basically, this isn't ideal for you. And Lee Sin is trying to get an initiation, but I think that's nearly impossible. The only initiation I can think of is kicking Varus into your team or Lux, but I don't know if Lux is even that much high value target. By the way, where is she? Did Lux disconnect or any or something? So your side lanes are pushing right now. You should probably leave Brand in mid and Nami and Lee Sin maybe trying to clear the waves and order Graves to go bot. I don't know if this game wasn't in solo queue, it was custom game, am I right? So you can probably order your team around much more than in solo queue. And your team is looking for a fight, 4 versus 5, which is really not the ideal. They should be a lot of more back in here, so they can keep the meat kinda, but still give me time to split push. Let's hope you can clear this fight. So okay, you get 1 kill. Oh, Varus is really greedy. Oh, you're cleaning this up. Good job. I think you should go for the Lux because... Oh yeah, there's no way he's... Oh, god damn it. That fight was really good. You saw Varus going really greedy in here. You see in a lot of the lower elo games, you see people asking, why did you focus on, especially like Jax or someone? It's the question, and the AD carries usually try to like just walk through everything and attack the backline, Graves or someone, or go greedy for the kills. But as an ADC, you should always know your position, and Varus is going 2 balls deep on the Brand kill here. Like, there's a full level 16 Jax with almost full HP in here, destroying your team, and Varus is going for the kill. They could have like peeled for Varus, and Varus could have stayed here, and they could have just peeled you off and take all your HP, and then continue poking and pressuring and taking towers. But I think you did the right thing in here, capitalizing on their greediness. And going for the Zyra it was maybe a mistake because Zyra has her passive and it does true damage, I think. And yeah, I think if you could have taken Lux first and then the Zyra, it could have been better. And yeah, the Lux has a death cap.
She was doing more damage than
But you took most out of it. Your team got caught and you came to clean them up. And Lux isn't getting any tower out of this, I think. So I think one more fight that has no meaning behind it. Oh yeah, he's gonna get it. I mean she. So never mind. After all, there are meaning behind the fight. So Dragon should be up in minutes or so. Yeah, I think it should be a minute. And one thing every player can do is look on the Dragon timer and remind your team it's not the thing of the support to do. I mean, it's your interest. The Dragon is in your interest too, even if you're a split pusher, because the Dragon is one objective. It creates pressure on the map. Although I haven't seen a lot of the aspects of split pushing I would have loved to see. Jax isn't that strong in team fights, I think. And if you die in the early stage of the team fight, then it's really, really bad. Although in the last team fights you haven't been from the beginning. Varus got killed, and they got greedy. Again here, it's really good if you can take something out of it. But the real thing you should have done just split pushed again. I cannot make say how important this is. You should just focus on the towers and split pushing. None of them can come defend the tower directly. They need to go base first and then tower. And now you wasted your flash. I mean, you'd have died without using it, but still you should have gone and split pushed. People are afraid. I think in solo queue where the flaming is really annoying. When your team gets caught and in fighting 4 versus 5, I think in solo queue the overall community forces you to help them or something, because if you continue split pushing, I can see a situation where your team flames you and you don't want to get flamed or something. That's why you try to appear as you trying to help them, but overall the more useful situation would have been just split pushing and creating the pressure. I think I have said that enough, so I won't say it again. Gets really repetitive. So your team's gonna get the dragon out of it, which is really good, I think. Aatrox was trying to defend the tower too long. He should have gone base and went for the dragon control. I mean, the enemy team has a team fight competition, but they don't look the team fight position, you know. The dragons are the thing that team fight competitions should control in every part of the game. It's their thing. You pick the comp because of that. And as you see, they're gathering in the middle again. And your side lanes are pushing, which means they can actually just siege mid or maybe dive you. This situation is really bad for you because you have no side lane pressure, and you have to actually win against them in a team fight, which I see as a really hard thing to do right now. And if they back right now, that's really a misplay on their part. Okay, you're diving in the Varus. That was really good. You risk your own life for the Varus, and you made them use their cooldowns. If your team can capitalize on this, Brand is really scared of I don't know what, because if Brand would have not flashed and just helped Graves, he could have killed Aatrox. They used every skill on Graves. I don't know why Brand flashed. So okay, this is the exact thing the enemy team wanted to do. And now your side lanes are pushing. But I'm surprised to see they,
Yeah, don't even bother.
yeah, they're trying to make something out of it.
Bouncing.
And let's hope, no, 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 no.
Bars flash down for no reason.
That would have been really dumb dive. And now he doesn't have flash in the next team fight, which is really bad for them. Because now you can just use the blade on Varus and kill him in the next team fight.
I bet
Nothing he can do. Only his team can save him.
like nearly Nidalee range, so and it's third.
I see you going the Oracle, which I think in this point it is really clear that you don't want to split push in this game, and you're just looking to tank the team fights or something, which I think a lot of champions are better with. Especially Rumble or something, but Oracle isn't the best if you would want to split push. And Lee Sin is kinda doing your job right there. Do you have two Oracles, or did I just see wrong?
Swatted here.
Oh no, you have two Oracles.
I'm coming.
That's really bad, because that's like almost
Watch me.
that's 1.5 kills worth of gold. Or one first blood. So Varus is taking the poke. And I think Brand is going to balls deep with the poking.
Did they send someone down there yet? No.
Although you don't have any poking, but it's really interesting to see how can they lose this game, because they have a better competition in team fighting and you're only looking for team fights. It's like really a strange thing to do. And this game is far harder than it has to be for you guys. If you would have split pushed in the various positions, you would have been a lot more farmed, and you would have gotten the towers and created the pressure your team desperately needs.
Get my last whisper. Don't let him take mid though.
And now everyone is going to take the blue
Hold that alone.
on jungle, but in the meanwhile they're getting a good position to push this tower, and your team cannot go from the side. They're going to get 3 turret damage maybe. Oh no, they're just going for Nami. And they left Varus alone.
They used the
Okay, they really misplaced that. I see none of their team is really dedicated in peeling for the Varus, which is the thing that they need to do.
So easy when we get to the back line. Like
Yeah, they used a lot of ults on me and
me and Riptide killed Lux and Barrett.
So I think you and your team are really fortunate right now for the misplays of the enemy team, because they shouldn't be losing. They had the game to lose, you know. They need to draw more than you know to play well, I think, in this point. And really good capitalizing on the mistakes they made. You get an inhibitor tower maybe out of it, but at the moment, if they're trying to take the inhibitor, the enemy team might be pushing for the, let's see the respawn timers. Oh, did they? Oh well, I missed them. But they might be going for the Baron after this, especially when Brand is bottom. Usually in this situation you see the enemy pushing for the Baron, but Graves and Lee Sin is in quite a good health. And now you're going for Dragon, which is really risky. If they had warding of it, they could just say, hey, let's go Baron. especially when they have Aatrox who can tank the tower pretty well. And if I remember correctly, Aatrox was really tanky with the itemization. Yeah, and in these situations where the enemy team, I mean your team, pushes the inhibitor tower, it almost takes too much time. And if you stay like to take the inhibitor, it's almost too long, and the enemy team gets the Baron. And in this situation, when you're the losing team, in this case the red team or the blue side, uh, you almost have to think, what can we make out of this? In this case, they could have probably gone for the Baron, but and to point out their team is really good in team fights, it could have been the right choice in there, but I don't know about the execution overall. So yeah, that's always a risk,
Wukong's Q just did
going too greedy for the
9,000
objectives.
damage, 900, not rather.
9,000 damage. Oh,
Yeah, 900 damage.
yeah, dude, it's Wukong.
Look at all those crits. I got like 6 in a row. Wanna grab red?
Wukong's top. I'd like to get a few words in their jungle. If possible.
So okay, Varus maybe gets caught. They don't have wards in there. Okay, I don't see how that is possible.
There's the Wulong.
So they had their own jungle in their control for the past 2 minutes or so. They have no wards around there. And it seems you don't have an Oracle. So, and they have an Oracle.
Yeah, red buff.
I don't see how that managed to happen.
Yep, finisher.
But it happened, so good job capitalizing on their mistakes. And it seems it's game right here. So I think overall there happened a lot of things I didn't expect that should happen, you know. And yeah, and I think you should try the split push Jax, because it's really the strong point of the Jax as a champion overall. The team fighting isn't the best thing, and I was surprised how badly they performed in team fights that really mattered in the last few 5 or 10 minutes. So yeah, that was my commentary or analyze out of this. Overall, I think your last hitting was good. When we see the farm differences here, of course it's really hard to farm more than the AD carry whose job is to farm. So yeah, you did good on that point. And in early lane, you
I'm not sure.
played really risky. I think you gain. We are speaking of if we are speaking of solo queue, how you win solo queue games. I think playing safe and consistently is the way to go, because I myself am a really safe player. I just I I take the safe way out of everything, and I don't like uh, relying on luck or anything like that. That if I don't, I mean, especially top lane, it's really boring to play a lot of top lane, and 50% of the time you lose the lane because jungler comes, and 50% of the time you win because he doesn't come. So I like to pick champions that are safe. In this case, Jax is kind of safe because you have a situational jump into your own minions or wards to get away. And yeah, overall, it was the level 2 to 4 was really risky because Lee Sin, even though he took red as the second buff, he wasn't coming top lane, which was really odd. And I think you were so far pushed, and I was like baffled why didn't Aatrox come top too. So if I would have played the junglers of the both teams, I would have gone top lane with Aatrox, and I would have gone top lane as Lee Sin, because Aatrox wants the easy gank, and Lee Sin wants to assure that the top lane doesn't get ganked because you're so far away. In that case, if Lee Sin goes top and Aatrox goes bot lane, then Lee Sin actually loses the trade, I suppose. But yeah, it's just so often that top lane gets ganked first, so it's and in the case if Aatrox really comes top, the Lee Sin is for the counter gank and you get a kill almost for certain. So yeah, that's my point. And yeah, overall shopping speed, you need to work on that and think ahead what you want to buy. Yeah, because you're losing a lot of time and minions and experience if you stay to watch the shop too long. I hope this was helpful, and if you want more specific info on matchups and everything, you probably should give me a mid lane game, because I have never played a high elo game as me Jax versus Wukong, or me playing Wukong versus Jax, so I don't have that many points on the matchup or anything. I just, yeah, my overall. I have played Jax versus Wukong like sometimes. I have a lot of games, but still, if you want more helpful Diamond 1 information, you need to give me mid lane games. Yeah, see ya.